Today on Geek Devotions, we have a special treat. You're going to have a devotion from this guy right here. Writer, comic book artist, teacher, just a great guy, and one of the writers for Geek Devotions, Branson Boykin. Did I also mention that he's a high-rolling chef?
Hello and welcome to Geek Devotions, a show of devoted geeks who are devoted to letting you know that you are loved. My name's Branson, and I'm very excited here today to talk to you about one of my favorite movies of all time, Ladyhawke. Ladyhawke was directed by Richard Donner. You may know him from the fame of Superman. It also has Rutger Hauer after Blade Runner, because honestly everything is after Blade Runner. It also has Michelle Pfeiffer before she put on the Catwoman suit, and a very young Matthew Broderick before he took that famous day off. It's a wonderful story that has everything. It's got action, it's got magic, it's got romance, it's even got humor, and it's a wonderful story. Now, I realize this movie came out in the mid-'80s, so chances are most people have seen it, but if for some reason you haven't, hit the pause button right now, go watch the movie, and then come back, because there may be potential spoilers ahead.
Oh, man.
Go ahead. We'll wait. The story of Ladyhawke is a story of cursed love. You have Navarre, captain of the guard, who falls in love with Isabeau, a local princess. And their love for each other is so great and so wonderful, but it gets in the way of the bishop, who has his own eyes set on Isabeau. And he curses their love by placing a curse on them. By day, Isabeau is forced to live the life of a hawk. She transforms into a beautiful bird. By night, Navarre is forced to live his life as a black wolf, a creature on all fours who can rend people limb from limb if need be. And so they spend their lives in these half-lives, never able to actually be together. As one of the character remarks in it, they are together forever, but eternally apart. Like I said, it's a wonderful story, but one of the interesting parts focuses on a minor character by the name of Father Imperius. Father Imperius is a disgraced, drunk priest. He comes into the story in that he accidentally tells the bishop of the love that Navarre has for Isabeau and the love that Isabeau has for Navarre. And so because of this, he puts the curse on the couple. Imperius is overcome with guilt, and he decides to hermit himself off into an old ruined castle where he spends his days drinking himself into oblivion. He can't understand why he would do something so horrible, and he can't let go of the guilt, and he can't let go of the shame, and he thinks that his life as a priest is over, and it's all that's left is for him to just get drunk and die one day. But Providence had something else in mind. You see, in their travels, Isabeau, as a bird, accidentally gets shot by an arrow. And Navarre is frantic. He doesn't know what to do because the love of his life is wounded and mortally wounded. So he does the only thing he knows to do. He sends the bird with his friend to Father Imperius, the one person on the planet who knows about the curse, knows what's going to happen to Isabeau, and is equipped to help her get better. Well, thankfully, that's exactly what happens. Imperius helps Isabeau get better, pulls the arrow out after she becomes human, nurses her back to health, and later in the movie becomes instrumental in actually breaking the curse so that Navarre and Isabeau can finally have the happy ending that we're so desperate for them to have. You see, Father Imperius thought he had sinned so badly and committed such egregious actions, so terrible that he can never be forgiven. But God showed him otherwise. God showed him that he was put in exactly the right place at exactly the right time to help lead to someone else's life being saved. You know, hearing that story and seeing that movie reminds me of another man in the Bible who was in a pretty bad way. If you look in Judges chapter 16, you find this guy named Samson. Now, Samson used to be like this superhero. He had God-given supernatural strength. He picked up a whole gate off of a city and walked around with it. Killed a lion with his bare hands. I mean, this guy was the top of the top. But he made some pretty bad decisions. He was really bad at keeping commitments that he had made, and he did not have a good taste in women. And it led to him having his hair shaved, his eyes gouged out, and being enslaved to the nation of Philistia, the enemy of God and the enemy of Israel. And there he was, a slave to this nation, convinced that his life as he knew it was over. He had sinned so far that God cannot forgive him. But God put him in just the right place at just the right time. Samson found that his hair had grown back, his strength had returned, and he was standing right between two pillars of a temple built to a pagan god. And so with all the God-given strength that he has, he was put in a place where he could push those pillars apart, bring the temple down on the enemy nation, and destroy the enemies of God. Now, when I heard that story growing up, I always thought, man, Samson just messed up time after time after time again, and he did. He did some pretty bad things that showed that he didn't really care about what God wanted him to do. But at the end of his life, he was put at just the right place, at just the right time, to achieve what God had in purpose for him to do. And that was to destroy the enemies of God and save Israel from oppression. You see, just like Father Imperius, Samson had found himself in a dark, dark place. But in the midst of that dark, dark place, God was able to use him in that spot to help somebody else. Now, some of you watching this right now may feel like you're in that dark, dark place. You think, I have screwed up so much and I have done so many bad things. There is absolutely no way that God could forgive me or use me. Well, if Samson and Father Imperius are any kind of indication, maybe you're right where you need to be so that you can help someone out. Maybe the struggles that you are suffering right now are so that you can be there for someone else who's going through those same struggles. Maybe you're experiencing what you're experiencing right now so that you can be on the path for someone else to come by to help them out. There's no such thing as sitting beyond the ability of God to reach down, redeem you, and forgive you. So that's my encouragement for you today, is that no matter how far you've fallen, it's never too late to turn back. No matter what you've done, it's never too late to look back to God and to say, hey, I'm here, use me. And just like Samson, and just like Father Imperius, he will put you at just the right place, at just the right time, to lead to saving someone's life. Thanks.
Well, guys, that's your devotion for today. Thank you, Branson, so much.
Sure.
For doing that. You were the man. Guys, what's sound so good? Leave some comments down below. Let him know you did a great job. Let us know your thoughts on it. Hey, if it encouraged you, let us know. We want to pray with you. We want to celebrate with you if God's unlocked some stuff in your lives, because that's what we do here at Geek Devotions. We love on people. Part of loving people is praying with them and celebrating with them. So please do that. Speaking of celebrations, we got a celebration that just happened here in the United States. That was called Thanksgiving. Talking about being thankful. I'm thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you.
But some of you guys know, in the Devoted Geek Life, our Facebook group, we have a competition going on right now called the Iron Geek Chef Competition. This man right here happens to be one of the champions that you guys have to take out this year. Just being real, the Hyrulean chef right here. And so,
Power of the Triforce.
Complete rules and stuff are on our Facebook page. Again, look for Devoted Geek Life. Join up that group. Make sure you answer the questions. All the rules are there. Basically, you got to take your leftovers from Thanksgiving, do something creative with them, make a whole new meal, make a little geeky, make a video, upload it, and we have a whole bunch of stuff happening there. So check out those rules. Branson, how can people get a hold of you if they want to check out some of your artwork or any of your books and stuff like that?
I'm on Facebook and Twitter. Mm-hmm. You can go to facebook.com/Boykin Art and Publishing.
Okay.
I'm on Twitter at ArtBoykin, ARTBoykin.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a website. It's a little bit long, but it's boykinartandpublishing.weebly.com. And it'll have all my stuff right there.
Sweet. All links are going to be in the description down below for you guys to check out all that. And just again, he's got some amazing art. He's got some really cool stuff going on. So I want to encourage you guys to go check him out right now. If you happen to have time on the internet, check out our stuff, Geek Devotions. We're found on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and obviously here on YouTube also. So check out all of our stuff. And until next time, remember, stay devoted. Go ahead and finish this out.
Peace and love.